see me. I assume relatively well. It's been a while since I've set it up like this. I had a comment a while ago that said, can you do a bit of a transfer roundup? What I'm going to be doing in between, I think I mentioned this in my Dream Team video, in between sort of now and the start of the season, I've got a few videos that I want to get done. In terms of, number one, this roundup video, I'm going to be going through all the transfers that have currently happened. Maybe do one or two sort of rumoured or another roundup of anyone that's transferred to a different club. And then obviously when it comes to it, sort of at the end of this month, do a predictions video. So we're going to be going through in alphabetical order. These teams are listed in this order on the Premier League website, and it's got all of the transfers that have happened for each club in and out. I'm going to be going through, maybe picking out a few key ones and having a bit of a discussion about them. There's a lot of players, don't get me wrong, there's a fuck ton of players. So obviously I'll be brushing over quite a lot of them, and I hope you guys understand that. But before we start, I brought these back from, oh my god, yes. Brought these ones back from holiday. That's lime, I don't want lime. I want to say that's orange. There should be like pineapple ones, I'm sure. Peanut, I saw peanut. Yes, so these things are called doubles. They're like little hard candy. I want one. You get two in a pack, isn't why they're called doubles. Doubles. And they're just sort of like yellow in colour. And I'm going to have one. Pineapple flavoured. I like the taste of pineapple things. I just don't like pineapples very much anyway. I've always got a drink. I don't want to discuss any players that I'm not too sure about. For obvious reasons, I don't know enough about them. So, starting with AFC Bournemouth. I know it's technically Bournemouth, but Premier League have them in this order because it's AFC. Lloyd Kelly has been brought in from Bristol City, as well as Jack Stacey has been brought in from Luton Town on an undisclosed fee. Premier League don't give the amount, I don't think, that a player's coming for. Or they do. I think, yeah. They do, as long as they get it. Most of these say undisclosed. Anyway. And obviously I can't fact check every single player because there's too many. So them two have been brought in. Out includes Mark Pugh, who's been released. Mikhail Ndojuli, I hope I got that right. He's been loaned out to Gillingham. Emerson Hinderman has been loaned out to Atlanta United. Tyrone Mings has transferred to Aston Villa on an undisclosed fee. And then Connor Mahoney has gone to Millwall for an undisclosed fee. That wraps up Bournemouth. That's pretty short and sweet. Arsenal have brought in Gabriel Martinelli from Ituano on an undisclosed fee. Let's click that and see if I can bring up the details. he's a striker. He scored 10 in 34. He's only 18 though, bless him. Right. Arsenal are having an absolute nightmare because they haven't brought anyone in. Aaron Ramsey has gone to Juventus on a free transfer. Petr Cech has since retired and he's gone to Chelsea to be their sporting director. I don't know. Danny Welbeck has been released. Stefan Lichtsteiner has been released. Cohen Bremmel has been released. Julio Pleguezuelo, I forget that right, he's been released. Now Charlie Gilmore has gone to Norwich on a free transfer. Jordi Osadudu has gone to Bochum on loan. Daniel Ballard has gone to Swindon Town on loan. Or Ballard. David Espina has gone to Napoli for an undisclosed fee. And Avonte Daly Campbell has gone to Leicester for an undisclosed fee. So a lot of them not known. Ospina obviously played at Napoli last year. I think he was on loan. I think they've managed to get something for him. Lichtsteiner didn't do too well at Arsenal. Released. Danny Welbeck's an odd one for me. Why would you release someone like Danny Welbeck? I think either one of the top or one of the lower down Premier League clubs or one of the top Championship clubs might pick him up. And as we know, letting Aaron Ramsey go to Juventus was stupid. Now moving on to Aston Villa. They've been busy. And like me and the transfers on Football Manager, they've got rid of a lot of experienced players. Albert Adoma has been released. Mark Bunn released. Richie Delight released. Tommy Elphick has gone to Huddersfield Town. Alan Hutton released. Miles Jedinak released. Ross McCormack released. Oh no, Ross McCormack's just gone out. What's happened to Ross McCormack? It says Aston Villa can confirm Ross McCormack is to leave the club after signing a variation agreement. Does that mean he's signed a different contract? No. I don't know where he's gone. Micah Richards has been released. Glenn Whelan's been released. Gary Gardner has gone to Birmingham on an undisclosed fee. And Matija Sarkic has gone to Livingston on loan. They've got rid of a lot of players there. A lot of deadwood, in my own opinion. A lot of older players. They've managed to sign on a permanent Anwar El Ghazi from Lille. That's a good signing. Wesley from Club Bruges. I think that's a brilliant signing. Jota, not the one from Wolves, but one from Birmingham for an undisclosed fee. We'll wait to see how that goes. Courtney House from Wolves, undisclosed. Matt Target from Southampton. I think that's a really good signing for them. What does it say here? He's a 23-year-old left back. I think he can be very good for them. Tyrone Mings, another wing back. He's also a left back, right? Yeah, but he's 26. He's a little bit older. I think he can do well for them. And then Esri Konza from Brentford on an undisclosed fee. And that wraps up Aston Villa. Now Brighton and Hove Albion just stayed up last season. And they haven't been particularly busy. And it's not looking too good. Bruno has retired. Will Collar has gone to Hamilton Academical on an undisclosed fee. Where is that? Is that like Scotland? Yeah, I think so. Alexis McAllister has gone to Boca Juniors on loan. Ben White has gone to Leeds United on loan. And then Alice Mateju has gone to Brescia Calcio for an undisclosed fee. That being said, there's no one of note really that's actually gone anywhere. And then they've brought in Matt Clark from Portsmouth for an undisclosed fee. Maybe that could be an okay signing, probably not brilliant. And then Leandro Trossard from FC Genk. And I'll tell you what, that's probably not too bad. That's probably the best one out of the bunch in terms of like leaving and coming in. This is really nice, by the way. Right. Moving on to Burnley. Out of the club, John Walters has retired. Stephen Ward has gone to Stoke on a free. Anders Lindegaard has been released. Peter Crouch has been released. And Mark Howarth released. So again, sort of like a lot of dead wood has gone. They've brought in Eric Peters from Stoke City. Is the striker? A nice defender. He's 30 years old. I'm not sure what to think about that. Joel Senior from Curzon Ashton. Is he a young player? He's very young. But he's moved into the under-23 squad. And then Jay Rodriguez from West Bromwich Albion. So, if you're a fan of West Brom, you'll know what I mean. I bet you're a bit upset. Or you're happy to see Jay Rodriguez go. Anyway, I keep burping. I don't know what to think about Burnley. They've got rid of a lot of dead wood. I do like Burnley in the way that they set up. As defensive as it is, it's very counter-attacking in a sense. And I think actually Jay Rodriguez could be very good for that, with Eric Peters shoring up the defence. Again, mid-table finish is what they expect regardless, so you know. Now moving on to my club, Chelsea. We have seen a lot go out of the club, and with a transfer ban we didn't expect to see anything come in. So out of the club, Gary Cahill has been released. I'm hoping he gets picked up by like, I don't know, West Ham or someone. He probably will be. Maybe even Wolves could pick him up. Fanky Dabo has gone to Coventry City on a free transfer. Rob Green has retired. Todd Kane has been released, which is a weird one for me because I thought he was one of the good youth players. Ola Aina has gone to Torino on an undisclosed fee. Nathan Baxter has gone to Ross County on loan. Richard Narty has gone to Burton Albion on loan. Jada Silva has gone to Bristol City on an undisclosed fee. Eduardo has been released, and Kyle Scott has been released. Thomas Callas has gone to Bristol City on an undisclosed fee. Mario Pasalic has gone to Atlanta on loan. Charlie Masondo, who I'm actually quite a big fan of, has gone to Vitesse Arnhem on loan. And then Nathan has gone to Atletico Mineiro on loan. The big ones that have left the club are Alvaro Morata going to Atletico Madrid on a since undisclosed fee. I'm hoping it's somewhere in the 20s at least. And obviously, Eden Hazard has gone to Real Madrid for around 100 million. We'll say that because it's around that price. And funnily enough, we've brought in Mateo Kovacic from Real Madrid on an undisclosed fee, which has been estimated at around 50 million. Now I just want to touch up on these because 50 million for Kovacic is a lot. It's a lot of money. But with a transfer ban, I don't think it makes a difference. I don't think spending any amount of money with a transfer ban's a difference because we've obviously got to get rid of a load of players. We've Kurt Zuma has looked good in training. Batshuayi is back, Abraham's back, and I'm looking forward to how Lampard will set up. The fact is that Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek were both very good for us last season. You know, it wasn't an amazing season. We somehow finished third and we won the Europa League. Did we win the Europa League? Yeah, we did win the Europa League. Yeah. Played against that, yeah. Do you know when you just have them blonde moments where everything just doesn't seem correct? And it was only like a month or two ago. And in my head I was thinking, we played Arsenal, but that seems so long ago. And I was like, is that right? Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so we've done okay. It wasn't amazing, and we got good results. Kovacic, when he did play, it was okay. He wasn't outstanding, but I don't think anyone in the midfield was outstanding for us last season. And I think that was one of the negatives of playing Sarri ball, was that I don't think the midfielders knew what they were doing. So, having spent any amount of money with a transfer ban just to bring in a relatively good player, I think is fine. I mean, we can't buy anyone else anyway. You might as well cash in on who you can get while you've got a transfer ban. So it's hard to put into words how I'm sort of feeling about it. It is a lot for him. Maybe he isn't worth that much. He definitely isn't worth that much, but if it's the only one we can get, we might as well get him. Moving on to Crystal Palace. Out. Jason Punchin has been released. Julian Speroni has been released. Bakary Sacco has been released. Ollie Adwyer has gone to Aldershot on a free. Joseph Hongbo has been released. Tyler Brown's been released. Levi Lukema has gone to Valzim on an undisclosed fee. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka has gone to Man United. They've got rid of a lot of players for saying that, you know, Batshuayi has gone back to Chelsea. A few of their players presumably were loaned. Have they even got that good of a team for next season? I think that's going to be tough on Crystal Palace. And they've only brought in Stephen Henderson on a free from Nottingham Forest, Pompey and Wycombe Wanderers. You know what, that's tough. I don't think Crystal Palace are going to do well next season. They're not bringing in the right players. Anyway, moving on to Everton. They are having a bit of a revamp at the minute, and it seems very good for different reasons, and I'll go through them. One, Phil Jagielka has gone to Sheffield United on a free. Has he, fuck? What? How did I not know that? No. Sheffield are making... I'm going to go through Sheffield's in a minute, obviously, when we get down to them. But my God, this is going to be great. Ashley Williams has been released. Harry Charsley released. Boris Matis has been released. Mateus Huelt has been released. That's not even how you pronounce it, I can guarantee. Shane Lavery released. Jack Kearsey released. Danny Brummel released. Joe Hilton released. Chris Renshaw released. So a lot of people released. Obviously not making it into the team. Obviously Ashley Williams is a surprising one because he did okay a few seasons ago. Nikola Vlasic has gone to Moscow on an undisclosed fee. Sandro Ramirez has gone to Valavoid on a loan. And Brendan Galloway to Luton Town on a free. And then John Joe Kenny to Schalke on loan. I think they're very good sort of sending players out of the club that either probably won't get game time next season, need game time because you're thinking about them in the future, and obviously cashing in on a player that probably won't be doing too well for you. I think that's very good, especially when you consider the two players they've brought in. They brought in Jonas Lossell from Huddersfield Town on a free. I do actually really like him as a goalkeeper. I think he can do very well, and I think he'll be a great backup for Pickford. And then they've signed Andre Gomez Barcelona for 22 million. That is a bargain. I think that they've had one of the best transfer windows so far. I still think they've got a ways to go in the signing 2 or 3 more players in key areas. Leicester City. They've released Shinji Okazaki. Bless him. I do quite like him. They've released Okazaki and Danny Simpson. That's 2 good players to release, to be fair. Opening up spaces for more players to come in. Now, this is where it gets really strange for me. They've signed James Justin from Luton Town on an undisclosed fee. I assume going into a youth squad. The same goes for Vontae Daly-Campbell and George Hurst and Ali Regbar. I don't see any of those because one's coming from the Irish club that Chelsea played last night. You know, they're not going to be first team players, I assume. Let's have a look at this. So signed the trio of youth internationals of Ali Regbar, George Hurst and Vontae Daly-Campbell. So they're 3 players they're going to put into their youth squad. Now, they've signed Ayoze Perez. Ayoze Perez from Newcastle. One of Newcastle's key players last season, who did amazing. He's only 25 and he literally replaces Okazaki. You've got Jamie Vardy, who is getting on a bit, no longer playing international football. And you need another young player to come through that's Premier League quality. That is a class signing. Similarly, they've bought Yuri Tielemans. Why are Monaco letting go of their players like this? Tielemans, we all know from whether it's FIFA or Football Manager, is one of the biggest prospects of midfielding footballers. We just know he's going to be good. He signed on loan for Leicester City and did amazingly. I think I watched his debut for Leicester and he did really well. Really well. Just the way he can set up. He's 22. He scored 3 and he had 4 assists in only 13 appearances, which for a midfielder for Leicester is amazing. And they've gone and signed him for 4 years. That's class. I love that. And I really think that that's really good. I think there's still maybe 3 areas they can improve on. But it's good nonetheless. Now we move on to Liverpool, who have had rumours in the past couple of days of some players in and out of the club. Out of the club, Alberto Moreno has gone to Villarreal on a free. For that is an absolute trash bag. Daniel Sturridge has been released. That one surprised me because he scored against Chelsea. And he was quite a good third backup behind. You had Firmino, you've got Origi, who's just signed a new deal. But you've gone and released Daniel Sturridge. That was an odd one for me. Conor Randall has been released. Adam Bogdan has been released. Shea Ojo has been released. Shea Ojo has actually gone on loan to Rangers. Rafael Camacho has gone to Sporting Lisbon. Marco Grujic has gone to Hertha Berlin on loan. Danny Ings has gone to Southampton for an undisclosed fee. I think that's done really well. How do you think you ended up paying for Danny Ings? It doesn't say it. It doesn't say here. But cashing in on Danny Ings was probably good. Alan Rodriguez de Souza has gone to Fluminense on loan. So quite a lot of just odd players just leaving the club because you don't need them anymore, which is good. And then in the club has been Sepp van der Berg from PEC Zwolle for an undisclosed fee. As far as I'm aware, it wasn't too expensive. But bringing in a secondary Dutch centre-back. Is he a centre-back? I think it's a centre-back. Could be good for him to learn under Van Dijk. Now, moving on to Manchester City. I can't really see because of how my mic's set up, so let's do that. Beautiful. Right. Manchester City out of the club. Vincent Kompany, as we know, has become the manager of Anderlecht, or player manager. He's going to sub himself on. Patrick Havertz has gone on loan to Norwich City. Tom Deli Bashiru has been released, and Aaron Niman has been released. Jack Harrison has gone to Leeds United on loan. Zach Steffen has gone to Fortuna Dusseldorf on loan. And then Ardo Muric, who I'm a big fan of, has gone to Nottingham Forest on loan to be their sub-goalkeeper. Or probably, in fact, I want him to be our main goalkeeper at Nottingham Forest, ahead of Pantilimon at the minute. I think that's ridiculously well done for Nottingham Forest, bringing someone like that from Man City on loan. And I think he'll do well. Right, these are two completely contrasting ideas of Man City's transfer. They've bought Angelino from PSV Eindhoven, who they only sold last season, for an undisclosed fee. And they've bought Rodri for about, I think it was like 63 million. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong, it might be 53, something like that. From Atletico Madrid on, a release clause. They paid his release clause and assigned him. Now, the one thing I will say about Man City is the fact that their midfield is brilliant in multiple areas. Fernandinho, excellent CDM. De Bruyne and David Silva, brilliant wide cams. They can also play in the middle. Gundogan is an okay all-round centre mid. Now, this is what they've gone and improved on in Rodri. They've bought a really, really, really good all-round centre mid. If you need him to drop deep, he can drop deep. If you want him to push forward a little bit, he can do. But obviously, you've got much better options in Foden, Silva, and De Bruyne in that midfield to push forward. Even if you want to drop the Bernardo Silva into cam. Bernardo Silva now looking more like a winger. David Silva obviously retiring at the end of the season, needing something to replace that Spanish connection in the middle. Rodri is an excellent signing. Angelino is a bit of an odd one. If you liked the look of Angelino and you've been monitoring a player like this, the thing is with clubs, you've got to understand is they probably look at players for like more than a season. They probably had Rodri on their roster from like 2 or 3 seasons ago when he first started breaking onto the scene. The same goes with Angelino, and the fact of the matter is he was at Man City a season or 2 ago. So if you could see that talent, why sell him? Why not send him out on loan? Why sell him to fund like Mendy and other players? Maybe you weren't too sure on his qualities and his potential. Now that that's been recognised again, they've bought him. And I mean, I don't think it was for too much, so it's not the end of the day. And it's not the end of the world. Moving on to Manchester United, who I think have got one of the worst transfer sort of roundup of the summer. I might even split this into 2 half-an-hour videos. So yeah, Manchester United is going to be my last one. So out of the club, under Herrera has gone to PSG on a free. That was stupid, and I mean that was fucking stupid. Antonio Valencia has been released. That for me was odd. That is really odd. Only because, yes, he's getting old, but he's doing better than ever at Man United. He started off as a right winger and wasn't very good. He's now one of their best, like, most consistent players. Matthew Olasunde, Regan Paul and Kieran O'Hara have all either been released or sent on loan. I think Kieran O'Hara's gone on loan to Burton Albion. That's fine, I don't know any of those. James Wilson, who as far as I'm aware was one of their like upcoming players for Man United. He's a very, very young talent and they've just released him. Stupid. Coming into the club, you've got Daniel James from Swansea City. Who the fuck's Daniel James? Like, don't get me wrong, he's probably good. Is he Man United quality? No. Why the fuck have you bought him? Wan-Bissaka, on the other hand, excellent. He did very well for Crystal Palace. He's done exceptionally well. How much have you paid for him? The fuck? You had Antonio Valencia and you've gone and bought Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And that's the only player you've bought of quality. no one wants to play Europa League football, which is why you're not signing any players. You're not going to get away with that, trust me. Right, so I'll leave it there, and I'll literally just stop and then re-record and start from Newcastle United. There's quite a few clubs to go through, so yeah, see you in the next episode.